Poppin' YouTube family. It's your boy, The White. Welcome back to the channel, Silverback Siage. Hope all is well with everybody. First off, do me a huge favor. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And punch that bell icon so you can be notified when I post new content. Now, today's an extra special and sponsored video by a new fragrance house or company that I've never heard of till I actually was doing some scrolling on Instagram and I discovered Lune fragrances. I'd like to give you my 2 cents on what they sent me and the quality of them. Keep it locked. Well, let's get down to business. Like I stated before, this is a new fragrance company and house of fragrances. And what they actually do, they also make dupes or inspired by fragrances of popular niche fragrances and designer fragrances, mostly niche though. And I would like to first off introduce you to their mission statement for the company, Lune Fragrances. It's welcome to Lune Fragrances, where the art of luxury fragrance meets affordability. We take pride in sourcing top quality oils from around the world to craft exquisite scents that rival those of re-owned brands. Our commitment is to deliver the same level of opulence without the hefty price tag. At Lune Fragrances, we believe in making exceptional fragrances accessible, allowing you to indulge in sophistication without breaking the bank. Experience the allure of our meticulous crafted scents where quality meets affordability and even captivating the bottle. So with that being said, the very first one, and the owner, I want to say a special thanks for sure to the owner, Youssef, that actually sent these out to me. I got 3 10 ml lipstick atomizers, and I got 2 30 ml bottles of fragrances that I actually got a chance to pick out, and I wanted to get a chance to smell some scent profiles that are actually similar to some things that I have, and actually some things that I've been wanting to get my nose on, the original. They also come in 70 ml size bottles, but I don't have one of those present right now. So let's get to the first one here. Comes in your 10 ml lipstick atomizer. You can pull it out here, put it right back in there. Let's give it a spray, and I'll tell you exactly what it is. I have it also pop up on the screen. 2 sprays. Now this inspired by fragrance here is called, so let me get the name right too here, Femme Fatale, and it's actually a clone of Good Girl Gone Bad by Killian. Your main accords for this one is floral, sweet, and fruity, fresh and synthetic. But this one, or the original I've smelled before, and this one right here, neither one of them are really mad synthetic. Your top notes of May Rose, Osmanthus, and Orange Blossom. Heart notes of Tuberose, Jasmine, and Narcissus. Base notes of White Cedar and Amber. Now, ladies, this one right here, I strongly recommend that you at least get you a sample of the original, but also potentially get you one of these, because I smelled this one here. I did some test runs on it. This is one that I'm not only going to give my wife this 10 ml lipstick atomizer, I'm going to actually get her a bigger bottle, at least a 30 ml of the actual fragrance from Lune Fragrances, because this one is like, I would say at least 90 to 95% close to the real deal fragrance. The real deal is a little bit smoother, but not by far. But I can tell overall throughout this whole line of fragrances that they sent out, they do use quality oils. Now this one here, what you really get, it's very, very sweet and floral. So I will say this is a scent profile that amongst most fragrances in today's fragrance world is normally unisex. This one's here is ladies all day. I couldn't pull this one off. If I had to give it a rating though, from 1 to 10, I would give this one for a woman 8.5, 9. It's a very, very uplifting and opulent scent profile that as it begins to dry down, you get a little bit of powderiness wrapped around the amber, but it's the florals in here reign supreme, especially the rose, because it's like a candied rose versus a heavily floral or green type of rolls, where it's more like a flower like. You get the sweet jammy rolls with this one. The next one is inspired by Parfum de Marley's Percival, and it's called Percivale. So they actually kept the name really consistent with that one. Let's give it a spray here. 2 sprays for that one. Now this scent profile here, whether it be the Parfums de Marley, and at retail price for Parfums de Marley, you're going to pay well over that $300 price point. These 10 mil atomizers here normally run, let me get that price on here so I can make sure I get it. The 30 mils, which is this bottle size here, are normally about $29, $29.99, and the 10 mils are $19.49 in price. But like I stated before, this is inspired by Parfum de Marley Percival. So for those of you who are looking for a scent profile that's crazy, mass appealing, nobody's going to find it offensive, but very strong and got some push to it, this one's for you right here. This is a very fresh, spicy, and citrus, aquatic type of scent profile that I've actually got a chance to get my nose on a sample of the actual Percival from Parfum de Marley, and this thing here, they nailed it. I say 92 to 95% for a fraction of the cost, though, because at that $40 price point that you would spend on, per se, a 30 mil of this, I think it's 75 mil within the house of Parfum de Marley, that's going to cost you at least $180 even on discounters. This here is just a crazy good deal. And once again, it's not far-fetched from the real thing. Youssef, they definitely know what they're doing over there at Lune Fragrances as far as getting a scent profile to match what you're trying to either inspire or clone. Top notes, you got your aromatic notes, bergamot, mandarin orange, and pink pepper. Heart notes, you got lavender, violet, and some jasmine. I'm not going to name them all just for sake of time. And then base notes, you got some balsam, musk, pepper, and some tonka bean. Now, their version at Lune Fragrances got all that. You can actually pick up all those notes from it, but it's so much more affordable. I would have to say, even if you are the type of person, kind of like I am, that invest in the actual bottle from the Parfum de Marley, I would get these as backups because it allows you to actually save your bottle, not spray as many sprays or use it more on a special occasion base, but you actually get a chance to enjoy that scent profile more for a way affordable version. The third one is a clone of Tobacco Oud from Tom Ford, which I never got a chance to get my nose on the original, and it's called Oud Cigar. Now this one here, first of all, that juice is dark, as you can see on the camera there. So I wouldn't advise you spraying this on light colored clothing or fabric because you will stain it. Like I said, never smelled Tobacco Oud, but with this one, what you get some woodiness, you get some spiciness, extreme smoke. Now with this one here is more of the grown and sexy scent profile with top notes of tobacco and oud. And as it dries down, you get some patchouli and sandalwood. And there's a boozy accord here too, whiskey, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I don't know exactly what a Tobacco Oud smells like, but if it's anything like this, it's a must-buy, but it's one that they're planning on discontinuing, what I'm led to understand, but you can still find bottles of it on discounters, preferably probably Jumma Shop for around that $200 price point, but this is a 10 mil that you can get for about 20 bucks. You cannot beat it. This one here, put on your all-black shirt or all-black turtleneck and you're suited and booted, because that's the kind of scent profile you get with this. It's more oriented for the fall and the winter. But I would be willing to bet off of what I've experienced without these other fragrances out of the 5, they nailed this scent profile. I can't wait to get my nose on Tobacco Oud after smelling this one there. But I will say it's a scent profile that's not for everybody, though. It's for a man probably at least 35-ish or older that's got a chance to get his nose on different type of scent profiles and knows that he don't want just blue fragrances in his collection, and knowing the time and the place to wear a scent profile like this. Next one is called, that's not the right one here, Royal Horse. And this is the 30 ml bottle size presentation. And Royal Horse is a direct inspired by fragrance from Parfums de Marly Herod, which I had smelled before prior to today's video. Now this scent profile here, what you get, sweet, spicy, oriental, for the most part of the accords that you're going to get with it. But top notes of cinnamon and pepperwood, heart notes of tobacco, asmanthus, cistus, and frankincense. So you definitely got some spiciness, some smokiness, and a good amount of tobacco in here, and the cinnamon, of course. And then as you dry down, you get some vanilla, cedarwood, musk, cypriol, patchouli, and vetiver. But to my nose, the scent profiles and the accords in here that reign supreme is the cinnamon, the tobacco, and then as it dries down, that vanilla slash tonka bean. Because I do get a little tonka bean and some patchouli when it dries down. Now this one here is cold weather certified. You definitely need this scent profile in your fall and winter months. You might can pull it off in some really, really cool spring date nights or something like that. But as far as how close it got to the original, this one's 95 to 97% that scent profile. They really, really nailed this profile. And there's only one other one in this video to where they were closer to what it was cloning. I really, really like the original Herod. I do plan to get me a bottle, but this can actually suffice for a good long time when it comes to my yearning to have that in my collection or be able to experience that scent profile. Overall, everything I've experienced so far with Lune fragrances is high quality, very affordable, and very, very close to what it was cloning. No slouch at all. Last but not least, Ethereal Oud. Now this one here is a direct inspired by, if not clone, of Mason Francis Kirkjohn's Oud Satin Mood. Now anybody that's watched this channel at any amount of time, for any amount of time, know I love that fragrance. Rated very, very high. This one here you get top notes of Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, mid notes of vanilla, benzoin, and violet, with the dry down of amber and lashing. Ooh. Now this one right here, right off the bat, if I was rating as far as how high or close they got to the actual fragrance, this is a 9.5 for sure. They really, really nailed this one on top of the head. So this one about 98% like the original. You get both roses pop in that beginning, but throughout the whole composition, you get that oud, and you get a little bit of the vanilla in that dry down mixed in with that benzoin, but they nailed it to the point to where if I didn't already have or own Oud Satin Mood, it may be a while before I cop a bottle, because this one's so close, and I'd already sampled Oud Satin Mood prior to buying a bottle. They nailed it to the highest level with this interpretation, or their interpretation of that scent profile. Overall, for the entire company and the things that they sent me, if I was rating the company, I give them a 9 out of 10. Because everything I've experienced so far is so close to the original. If you're not that type of person that's hung up on labels or saying that I got to have this certain bottle on my mantle so people can see that I actually bought that fragrance profile and I actually have the bottle to show it, these here, I guarantee, unless you are really, really trained within fragrances or have a knack for fragrances, you wouldn't know the difference between these and the original. Once again, I can thank Youssef over at Lune Fragrances for sending these out to me, but I'm outdone. Let me just say it like that. So I definitely look forward to getting some more offerings from them, trying them, using them on a daily basis, but these will be in heavy rotation in the seasons that they go with, and that's my time. Peace.